What's up, gamers? It's the Peepeepoopoo cast. Welcome to another episode. Episode 7. I'm your host, Job.
I'm Amara. Yeah.
I'm Jasmine.
And today we have two freaking epic guests, James Hawking and Ryan.
What's up? I'm here with Ryan, my boyfriend.
Ryan has a little cold today, so
Yeah.
he might sound a little
Ryan might have
different.
gotten COVID, so
It's
Yeah.
definitely
He sounds a little different today.
it's Ryan, I
Mhm.
swear.
It's Ryan though, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, my name's changed to Ryan.
No.
Yeah.
Your name is Ryan. You are Ryan.
you
You
are
were
Ryan.
born
You
Ryan
are Ryan from the
Andrusko.
previous
What?
podcasts.
You're Ryan.
You're Ryan.
Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Hey Ryan.
Jasmine, what are you doing?
Putting my skincare.
So
I'm sorry for the noise you might hear in the background. My parents are watching the Super Bowl and they are screaming very loudly. So
Oh, what's the Super Bowl?
are you
A bunch
The
of
hell you did?
straight men throw a ball.
Oh,
No.
wait, no, I'm for real.
Roasted.
What is it?
Tom Brady
I missed it.
roasted.
yo?
I
No,
like
I'm
missed
for
it
real,
too, and I
like-
thought you said Super Bowl, and I was so confused.
What's
Do you
Shit story,
Super
shit
Bowl?
story.
Hey Alexa, what's super bass and why are Tom Brady in it?
Do not
Okay.
say Alexa again. She
So-
heard you say that.
Alexa,
Super-
lights off.
No.
Okay.
It's funny because I
So-
can activate Ryan's Alexa with my voice.
So Jimmy, you haven't watched any freaking
Little-
episodes.
A little birdie told us that you, a guest
Was-
on the podcast,
Uh-huh.
have not
Hasn't even
listened to a single episode.
not
How
even
many do we have out now,
sampled.
guys?
Not even sampled.
You have
an
7,
episode.
well 6 out because this is the 7th one Job said. I think they
Okay.
Well,
count.
okay, the 6th one isn't out yet, but some problem.
Okay, so you haven't listened to any of our work,
Correct.
and you decide to
Crazy.
join the cast as a guest.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome?
You're welcome.
Don't
Welcome.
even
we,
with
should
You're
that.
welcome.
we should be welcoming you.
The level of disrespect in this call is too high.
I've never been more disrespected. Huh.
Disgusted. So
You know the funniest part, Mara? It's even because you're the reason I'm quarantined from school.
whoa. Amara is a super spreader, a COVID super spreader.
As you can
she
see
went to multiple concerts when she
Yeah.
had it.
on the
Yeah,
call, I
actually,
changed her
I
name
went
to
to
COVID
so many
bitch.
concerts.
you did.
I actually toured the country.
She licked every railing in the
impressive.
country.
Hey, Imara, if
I-
you could kindly check your name on the Zoom real fast. I,
I
think you'll
actually,
find I've made it a bit
I actually
more.
kissed everyone in the nearest
She did.
20 miles to
That's
me.
true. That's true.
Yeah,
She just spit in people's faces.
Except her own
sometimes.
I
boyfriend.
just spit in people's mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is crazy. But
It was
Wait,
the
back
COVID,
on track,
guys.
back on
It
track.
wasn't
That's the
me.
perfect aim.
It's a side effect of the COVID, actually.
Distance spitter. She.
okay, back on track. Jimmy, we require
Uh-huh.
a poo-poo story from you.
A poo-poo story.
A story involving poo-poo, pee-pee.
And since you have not listened to any of our previous podcasts,
Mhm.
this one better be good.
This
we-
better be.
I
a
think you'll like
fucking
this
good
one.
poo-poo one.
I think you'll like this one. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Alright,
So
spit it out.
when I was really young, right?
Yeah.
As some of you may know, my house has a patio. My parents got me a You guys know at Home Depot they have those like play sets with like fake like hammers and drills and stuff, right?
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I used to have one of those when I was really young.
Privileged.
Rich boy. We get it.
Okay.
Rich boy.
Anyway, so I used to have one when I was really young, and we kept it on the patio, right? When I was really little. Now, another thing I did when I was really little, I would run around naked a lot. There are many.
Okay.
So, little sidetrack. My mom does a lot of scrapbooking, and every time there was a picture of me where my little toddler dick was out, my mom would put a star sticker over it. But sometimes the sticker wasn't big enough because the photo was too zoomed in, so you could see a little nutsack hanging
A
out.
little monster as a toddler. I was like,
Back in.
But so
Okay.
back, my parents called it the poop station. This Home Depot thing, and there's a reason for this. So, when I was really young, a toddler, barely, I could walk, and I used to have to use the bathroom. I wouldn't go inside to use the bathroom. I would go behind the Home Depot thing, and I would squat, and I would just take a shit on the ground right there. Hence why it was called the poop station. So my parents would see me go back there and squat for like 3 minutes, and they're like, what's he doing? And they would just see me pull my pants up after having dropped a fucking deuce behind there. And they had to clean it up. Their own son's shit off the floor. I was potty trained at this age. I just wanted to poop back there. I don't know
Dude,
why.
this was like last week.
You know what? I thought you would have said. I thought you said you would poop onto the workstation and like use your play tools to like work with your shit. Like you take like the play saw and you're like.
All I know is I would do it so often. I don't know what the original toy was called because my parents always referred to it as the poop station. Because that's what I used to do.
They like use the tools to clean it up, like they got like the hammer and the
Somehow I don't think that's the case. You may be right though.
You took the hammer and just fucking.
I smashed the poop
it everywhere
into the ground. It flew everywhere.
Okay. That
Put
poop.
it in
That
like 4 pieces and then you just hammer it down.
You know what? That poo story gets a pass.
Yeah, that's a passable poo-poo story.
You know what? We had
I got a poo-poo
some
story.
good-
I got a poo-poo story.
Wait your turn.
Your birth was
Wait.
a poo-poo story.
Another. Actually, that's sort of true, but another poo story. Really? How many poo stories do you just have locked up in you, Jasmine?
Bar of soap.
I just remembered
Every day
it.
is a poo story with Jasmine.
I know Joe heard what I just said.
We'll tell that another time.
Nah, that's a story for another time.
Do Lutnya got a shoot?
Ryan.
Who?
Ryan?
Who?
It's
Ryan,
his name.
you
His
say
name's
Ryan, you don't
Ryan.
even know who
You
Lutnya
fuck-
is.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
I don't know who you're talking
Ryan?
about. Ryan
Do you have-
is on the
Do you have
podcast.
a poo-poo story for us?
I can't think
Like-
of one right now. Ooh, my voice.
I'll ask your parents next time I go over to your house if there's a poo-poo
You
story
got
I
a
should be made aware of.
Russian poo-poo story for us?
Like a poo story from Russia.
Like the
From
mother-
Russia.
Soviet poo story.
I want a poo-poo story from the motherland
Like-
right now.
like-
I want a communist poo story.
Okay,
Poo
so
story for the people.
so I have a question to ask that may spur knowledge of a poo-poo story, Ryan. So from what you've told me, the first several years of your life, you ate one thing for dinner exclusively, which was beef ravioli with sour cream. Now my question, it's called pelmeni. I've never tried it. I've heard it's good. You used to eat this every day
Oh,
for
that
dinner.
would make some monstrous poo.
Yeah, what kind of bowel movements did you have following that? I'm just
Still
curious.
really regular bowel movement.
Are
that
you
would-
sure? That's a lot of like the same, like there's no fiber in that.
Dude,
Like,
Ryan's like gut flora is thriving. That must make some glorious poo.
That made Ryan's innards just steel.
I do have a second poo-poo story.
Ooh, second
part
one.
2?
Okay.
This
Alright.
one's more recent. I haven't told any of you this, including you, Ryan. This happened last week before that bitch Amara quarantined me.
Hey, we didn't even bring that into this.
Last week.
Yes, last week. I don't know.
Language.
Shut up. Let me mute your ass. Let me
No,
just.
'cause we're gonna get monetized.
We're not even monetized, bro. I don't know.
We don't even have ad. We're not even partnered yet. What do you mean?
All right.
Okay, so last week,
Mhm.
first period, Miss Harb's class, English. I
Yeah.
start to feel a little pain coming on. I'm like, ooh, and I'm fine with using the bathrooms at school because in an emergency,
Yeah, they get the job done.
it's not what I would prefer, but it's passable,
Yeah, I get
So I'm sitting there, and I get this fucking pain, right?
Ooh.
This isn't like I have to go. This is like pain. So I'm
Oh,
like,
the poo stab.
Yeah.
Like
Like this has
Stabbing
been like the spear that stabbed Jesus Christ in the ribs. This poop is
God.
stabbing me in the bowel, right? So I asked Miss Hart to use the bathroom, and she says yes. And so I get up, right, and I'm walking, and I can barely walk because this thing is fucking. It's like a baby. It's coming. It's
Bro, you
fucking.
waddling.
It's
You were
fucking.
waddling.
It's going, dude.
Your water broke.
I'm like hunching my back a bit because it like hurts to stand straight out. I'm like fucking. I'm about to deliver this thing, right? So I get to the bathroom, right? I don't know if you guys, just for our listeners at home that would like an image of what it looked like, go into your tab and Google Saturn V rocket, and that just imagine it like brown, and that would be a pretty close approximation of what this was.
Are you telling me you shit out a fucking model of the Saturn V rocket?
Dude, this
It's
thing.
a long.
I'm trying to look for something for scale. Honestly, the closest thing I can find is fucking this.
It was one of the Python.
Dude, it was a fucking. This thing was like this was a thickie, right? It was one solid one. I don't if it like congealed in my stomach or something. I have no clue.
I call those the Python poops, dude. Like the ones that just come out just like a full, like just a mold of your intestines.
Dude, part of my soul went with me when that thing left my body.
Holy shit.
Like it was like one of the fucking Horcruxes was destroyed when that thing came out of me.
You just released like a fucking beast in the in the bathrooms, in the portable bathrooms.
And you know, after it was one of those things
It's
where like
always the portable bathrooms that y'all like
always
kids.
everything happens at the portable bathroom.
true another just side tangent, the boys' bathroom, because I know none of y'all would have been there to see this because Job doesn't go to school in person, and the rest of these people are women aside from Ryan, who also doesn't go in person.
Yeah.
And in the second floor boys' bathroom in the science building, in the stall, someone wrote a passage from the Bible and drew a cross, and I was just sitting there.
Did you feel spiritual?
No, because I'm in the boys' bathroom, right?
That bathroom was purified of demons. It was exorcised.
Like there was an exorcism that happened in that bathroom, much like the one that happened in the portable bathroom when I dropped the python.
That's why you released that python. It was that spiritual energy was expelling.
I'm trying to think with this ruler what the diameter must have been. It was at least a 2-inch diameter on that fucking thing.
2-inch. That's a 2-inch diameter came out of you, bro. That's literally
Bro,
just anal sex.
Felt like I was given birth. Job, I don't think
Oh
you
my
understand how big this is. Fucking 2 inches, my guy, right here.
Oh my god, that reminds me of the time. That reminds me of the time that I walked into the second floor girls' bathroom, or no, it was the first floor, like science building girls' bathroom. During business class. And I go in and I go to like the third or fourth stall, and I go pee, right? And then I like walk out, and I hadn't noticed it when I walked in, but I walk out and the door to like 2 stalls over, like the very first stall, is like wide open, and the toilet is just covered in shit. Just the whole thing. Just shit all over the bowl, all over like the
Someone went in there with the
whatever
poop station
tank
handler and
thing.
just.
There's even some on the walls, bro.
What the fuck?
Guys,
What are you
bathroom?
tossing it like a fucking monkey? Just.
The bathroom, the bathroom
But it like
are a zoo.
it
It's
like
a PvP enabled area.
it like
that is like the demilitarized zone is the hallway, and then you just get into North Korea when you enter the bathroom.
it like made like a throne of shit.
A throne.
Like a
That's
like the
fine.
throne of swords from Game of Thrones is just like a
The Iron Throne.
Yeah, but
Okay.
shit, just
oh.
I know.
Never
That
used
reminds me of a similar story from Lakeland. Okay, here's the thing. Someone at Lakeland made a whole Instagram account reviewing the bathrooms at Lakeland and Harrison.
Uh-huh.
And one of the posts was a Snapchat video of one of the stalls. completely just full of shit. But then there was also shit on the side of the bowl,
What?
like outside of the bowl. And this was the boys' bathroom.
Of course.
I'm pretty sure I could find that video. But you know, no one wanted
Sometimes
to
you just
see
have bad aim, okay? I'm gonna say, sometimes you just got.
Let me say
one of
it.
those
Like
days.
sometimes you're just shooting in the dark, man. Like
You know what? That was some
But
good.
this was like
food.
noticeably away from like the actual, you know, target.
hey, sometimes you miss. All right.
You know, you never know until you try.
Sometimes it misses. I don't.
God. Okay, we've been on a roll with good poo stories. We've gone like 3-4 podcast episodes with good poo stories. I'm pretty proud of that. All right, so to the main event of this podcast. Jimmy's hearing his court trial for never even.
Wait, my poo-poo story.
Oh, okay.
No one gives a shit,
All right.
Jasmine.
God.
All right.
Maybe you were listening. Maybe you were listening.
There we go.
All right, make it good.
Man, this is a pretty good story because I can't hear what she's saying.
Make it good.
Oh, my bad.
She don't know she muted.
Stop, Jimmy. Okay, stop muting me. So
this
in the
shit kinda
7th
fun.
grade, I went to West Virginia for about for the whole summer, actually, almost the whole summer. Worst vacation of my life. And so during the span of my 3 months there, so for some reason, I would always just shit at the Macy's store whenever we went to the mall. Like whenever we went to the mall, I'd
Step
just be
into the
like,
mall
"Damn,
and just go.
I need to take a shit at
It's like
Macy's."
how like cats will like piss in the same spot to mark their territory. In the wild.
That shit was yours.
Like this is my tree, and Jasmine's like, this is
My
my
Macy's.
fucking Macy's.
Basically, you know.
She sees the cleaning lady in there. Oh my fucking.
So yeah, that was just that's it. I just
That's it?
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it?
That's it.
That's it.
Interrupted.
Got it.
That was
We-
literally your worst shit story.
Our-
because
Out
of
of
you,
any
we can't
poop.
say 100% good poop story ratio.
Yeah.
That
Is
was
it like a 25 or
on a
20
roll.
now?
we were on a roll. God,
My
ruined the
bad.
streak.
God,
Okay.
I should never
Oh,
have
I
allowed you
opened
to
Discord.
unmute yourself. Okay,
Okay.
so the main event.
Main event. Jimmy. I'll be the residing judge.
Uh-huh.
And Amara will be the prosecutor. Okay. So we bring
Well-
Jimmy here today.
I'll be defending myself.
Yes. You don't get a lawyer. We don't do that here.
I mean, I'm defending myself.
No.
Yeah.
Jordan.
I
Couldn't
mean,
afford it. Hey, yeah, you know where that money went towards your fucking Valentine's presents, bitch.
Hey, no flirting with
Yeah,
Ryan
dude.
on the
Yeah.
podcast.
leave that
I'll
for
fucking-
after the Zoom, okay? Ryan, Jimmy. Anyway,
Ryan's my boyfriend. I want everybody at home to know.
okay.
I
So,
didn't say nothing.
we bring you here today in front of God, everyone, and Yamama to fucking roast you because you haven't even tasted and sampled our podcast once.
Uh-huh.
And we're
Hold on, let me just.
and we brought you here. You asked us to be here without even trying to listen to our podcast, which is free on Spotify and YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So
Joe got
Sorry.
spirits. Joe got ghosts.
they haunted me.
Seance going on in his house right now.
So explain yourself. Why haven't
Okay.
you given a
Hey,
podcast?
hey,
a
Jimmy,
try?
Jimmy, do you, James Marshy Hawking,
James
promise
Cotton.
to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but that truth?
Nothing but the truth, so help me
Nothing but
God.
nothing.
Swear on
You
this
gotta
Bible.
keep it
Swear on
hunted
this
right
Bible.
now.
Alright.
Put your hand on the Bible. Put your hand on the Bible.
I,
Hands on the
James,
Bible.
James Marshall Hawking, do solemnly swear to
Uh-huh.
tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth
Yep.
on Amara's mama.
Thank you. Thank you. Better
Hey,
be.
hey, Jasmine, no flirting in the chat, all right?
All right.
I didn't do nothing.
I saw that shit.
All right.
Anyway,
Defend yourself.
okay, so
spit some truths.
I used to be a podcast man. I was a podcast man, you know. I what I would do is, you know, especially during quarantine, I would watch a lot of podcasts, you know. The Trash Taste podcast, the fucking God, y'all distracted me in the chat. Oh my god. So
Sorry. Okay,
I'm gonna get the bailiff to tackle y'all. I swear to God.
Yeah, bailiff.
Dude, it's funny because I'm the one on trial. I'm also the fucking bailiff, so I can just like kick y'all if I want to. Anyway, so I used to be a podcast man. I watch a lot of podcasts all the time. Listen to while I was doing homework, while I was gaming, etc. And then I kind of became burned out, right? Because all of my YouTube recommended was podcasts or podcast highlights, right? Everything. Podcast highlights I'd seen 1,000,000 times, right? So many. The Trash Taste podcast, the Joe Rogan podcast, the official podcast with Critical. There were so many podcasts. So I'm kind of burned out on podcasts, and now I don't watch podcasts anymore. So when I heard about the Peepeepoopoo podcast, I was like, that sounds great. But the prospect, you know, seeing that 1 hour thing in the corner, you know, it just brings back too many memories of me early in quarantine at 3 a.m. gaming, listening to fucking the Trash Taste podcast. All right. It's too soon, you know.
All right, I see you.
So Jimmy, Mr. Hawking, can we expect that you will be binging every single episode once you get back into that podcast?
Of course. I will give my parole officer Ryan regular updates.
Also,
okay. Thank you.
Mr. Hawking, I would like to say we're different.
In the flesh.
We're not a normal podcast. We are vastly much worse and more terrible than the average podcast, I would say. That makes us different and better in a way, actually. So
you know something. I will say there is one thing that, were it present, would have made me binge them, which is video.
True.
Every podcast I've watched has video, and I understand the more traditional podcast format is audio only. But I need to see faces to be engaged, right? It's my curse, right?
Not gonna lie, like 80% of the time we're recording these podcasts, I'm butt ass naked. I am not wearing shit. Because it gets me like in the raw podcasting.
Job, that would just make having video even better.
It's like I would stay for that. Like for example.
Oh, he's taken off the shirt.
Excuse me?
Hello? On our podcast?
Mr. Hawking, this is not very court professional.
Mr. Hawking, this is
Mr.
court.
Hawking.
This is in the middle of a public court.
Quite unprofessional. This is a public hearing, sir. There are children and women here.
There are children.
Women.
That's a myth. Women don't exist.
We have women, children.
I'm just saying the sex appeal would draw some people in.
We have women, children, sex offenders,
sex defenders.
Why does he have his shirt off?
Did you not notice that this whole time? Oh my god.
I was texting.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You're in court. Put your phone away.
I was texting.
I
was texting. Podcast. You know.
You look like a broken baby doll.
Okay.
Lutnya.
I will say there's one person that does benefit from not having video, and that's Jasmine. So let me just. There we go.
And audio, actually.
Oh yeah, let me just go ahead and.
All right.
Thank you.
Perfect.
There we go. I made it so she can't unmute herself or start her own video again. So whenever we decide we want those things back,
all right,
we can have them.
Okay.
So
the court finds you. Okay, I guess. I can't.
You
say that.
are right, Chief. The court
I
finds
can
you.
stay mad at you. Oh my. Okay. You're good.
Jasmine, I don't know what you're talking about. Just talk. What do you mean? You're unmuted. I don't know what you're saying. Just unmute yourself. Just talk. We can hear you.
So Ryan has gone through many changes in the past day since we've recorded our last podcast. Do you have any life stories to tell us, Ryan? You know,
I know a lot of people back in the homeland.
the motherland. You have any stories about the motherland? Any interesting things? Ryan is very Russian now. He wasn't before, but now he is.
He was
He
Ukrainian,
became
which is
Russian
like fake
overnight.
Russian.
The Russian fairy, though, which is very real, came and
And blessed Ryan.
and spit in his ear.
Oh, okay.
And
Is that a Russian thing?
The Russian fairy
absolutely.
Dostoevsky came down and blessed
if you
him.
land on the
The
if you
Russian
land
fairy
in
who?
Russia, they actually welcome you by spitting in your ear.
Well,
Jasmine, you can
Russians
start your
love
camera
food.
now.
So, yeah, that's how he became Russian.
I will say,
Okay.
Ryan's dad also had yes, Jasmine, you can, you dumbass. Jasmine, just hit start video. Yes, you can. It literally is enabled saying
God
allow
damn it.
participants to start video. Are you stupid?
Okay.
Oh my
Well,
god.
Jasmine just gonna be muted. Okay.
Oh my, you fucking. That's it. Turning it back off. Was that a fucking demon I just saw in that camera?
Why did you look like Wario?
Wario.
I might edit this part out. Okay. Continue.
So, the fairy also blessed Ryan's father. I would just like to point out, our
No.
listeners at home.
Oh no.
Yes, Ryan, you know what I'm about to hold up. These are 2 nails that Ryan's father twisted together for me. These are fucking real, by the way. They are real metallic. These are real, but I cannot undo it.
Wait.
If I-
They're 2 nails that are
Yes.
twisted.
That he has twisted around one another.
May I say he has a collection of them? He has
That
maybe
is
30 of them.
that is so raw.
I will
That
also
is
say,
awful.
I'll use this time to plug his YouTube channel. We'll leave a link to it in the description. There is a video of him bending a nail on the YouTube channel, as well as
And some videos of him from the circus.
yes, where he was a strongman in the circus.
Hold on.
And my mom
We
too.
gotta unpack this entire thing.
Oh my god.
So
Bro.
Ryan's new dad, his new Russian father, is strong enough to get 2.
He's
There's
shown me the
nails.
bag of nails that he's made that's like that. There's like maybe a good 30, 35 of them.
Can we partner with him to each get a free bent nails? Is this a possibility?
I will say, there is a story. He showed me one of the videos on his channel that's of Lutnya swimming. Sorry, Ryan. Swimming.
Yeah, Ryan.
That has over 100,000 views for just no reason. That he's
100.
made like
Internet
$300 off that video.
We gotta get on. What the? Ryan, bro, can we film you?
Bro, get your dad on the mic.
We. That
That
would
me watching
that'd
the
be the-
Super Bowl as he I don't know what he's talking about.
That would be the. Ryan, your dad is insane. What the? He's
Why
so.
is your dad is so raw, bro?
Also, other thing. I have something to show you all.
No, not
Yeah, you know
Okay,
what
I
you
feel
know
like
what I'm
I
about
feel
to-
like we gotta stop showing stuff
Oh.
because this is a podcast and
we
none
can.
of our
It
listeners
can be
know
the
what you're
first
talking about.
video podcast.
No, we're not recording this video.
Dude, okay. You know what? I'll just put some token
Pictures.
images.
So some stock images.
But our Spotify listeners are not gonna like this one. All right.
Yo,
Jimmy.
why Jimmy so fat? Like, why Jimmy kind of
Okay.
fatty?
Now I have a story.
So
Ryan remembers when this occurred. Ryan,
Uh-huh.
Ryan, you remember. So I was sitting down with them,
Uh-huh.
to eat, and he grabs a knife off of the wall behind him, which was covered in knives, by the way. I could-
wall of knives.
Oh,
He had a sword.
and yeah, and a sword. There were a few swords on there. So here's the thing. He offers it to me, but then he tells Ryan to go get a quarter. And then so Ryan goes to get a quarter, and she hands it to me, and then I hand it to her dad, and he gives me I shall for those of you on here. This.
Oh, that's a straight knife. That's a blade. That is a weapon.
Yeah. It's
that is
it's sharp too. Very sharp.
How big is that knife?
You want me to measure the whole thing or just the blade?
Just the blade. I'm just curious.
Oh, let me
How long
see this.
is that blade?
We're looking at close to 8 inches.
An 8-inch blade.
Yeah, that's close to. Let me turn it over so you can see better. That's close to 8 inches.
My dear viewers, I cannot
for how
I do
thick-
not have the words to explain.
At its widest point,
Cool looking this blade is.
it's close to 2 at its widest point.
That is a sick blade. It looks kind of used too. I don't know if I should.
It has like a pattern.
That
like a-
knife definitely was in someone at one point.
These are the markings from all the
That has
Gulpniks he
been
killed
headed
with it.
a straight like grizzly bear.
He's killed several Gulpniks with it. That's what these patterns are, the blood of the Gulpniks.
That sounds like a fantasy creature.
That sounds like a slur.
Gulpnik, as Ryan can tell you, is the
orc.
Russian word for gang member.
Yeah.
It's basically
They're
chodol.
the people that wear all the Adidas stuff.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so you're telling me Ryan's dad has used that same blade you are holding in your hand to stab some Adidas wearing Russians?
It's not confirmed, but I've heard from several sources, so I will say it's true.
What are your several sources though?
You for one.
That is.
Yeah,
this is a raw podcast. This is a straight.
And I was curious about why I needed money, what the whole money thing was about, apparently. And this is interesting. I was told about this by Ryan. Culturally, you cannot give weapons as gifts. It's just not culturally a thing that happens. It has to be an exchange. So Ryan gave me a quarter to hand to his father for said knife.
And I never got that quarter back from him.
Yeah, she never got the quarter back. I was also informed that if me and Ryan ever broke up, Ryan's my boyfriend. This is a progressive podcast. That his father would request the knife back.
I mean, I would too. That's a cool
serious.
knife.
He has many knives and
His
swords.
whole wall of knives. He'd still want it back.
He has several targets in his backyard for throwing them.
Targets.
He
Yes,
does
like
knife throwing.
for knife throwing.
All right. If
Like,
any
like axe throwing, he does that too.
any potential like murderers and/or robbers listening to this podcast, do not visit Ryan's house. I'm
I
telling
mean,
you.
that's just because he has a gun, not because he has
Oh,
the
and-
knives.
Okay,
He's
if the
got a
knives
lot
don't
of
work,
guns.
he
I've
just
seen him fucking loading that thing at his desk in front of the computer.
He
He
just got
does
a
that
straight
every day.
nine.
He's doing that right now as we speak. I can hear him clicking the thing right now.
All right. Do not mess with Ryan.
Other story for our YouTube listeners, we'll have a link to his YouTube channel in the
Yes,
description.
of course.
This is a grip strength device. Just imagine, listeners at home, you all know what a grip strength thing looks like.
Yeah.
The maximum it goes to is
That
50.
is-
No, this isn't the one he has. No, this is not the one he has. The one he
It
has.
looks exactly like his.
The one
That's
he
what-
has is no, this is not his. The heaviest this goes to is 50 kilograms of force. Now I can hold it here for a little bit, right?
Mhm.
Brian's father has one that is made of solid metal, right?
Mhm.
And I asked him, what's the highest it goes to? Now, keep in mind, this is 50 kilograms, and 50 kilograms of force is about 120 pounds, which grip strength-wise, not that much. Ryan's father's goes up to 90 kilograms of force, which I thought, that's impressive, until he told me that he asked the company that made them if they had models that went up to 120, and they replied, we don't make them that high because there's so little demand.
So he can straight up just do 120 kilograms of grip strength.
How do you think he can bend this nail?
You can also do a, how much was it? Max deadlift with 1,000 pounds.
You just said 1,000.
You say 1,000?
You
Yes.
said a straight 1,000?
Let me
A
just
straight
clarify those
ton?
two.
Joe,
There's video on YouTube.
Yeah.
One of them being when he was in the circus. You know, like the bars, whatever, like they do for weightlifting. There's one of those bars, a really long bar. There was 10 females that are at least maybe 100.
I've seen this video.
Like about 100. My dad said they were about 120, 130 pounds. They all get on the bar at even weight.
It was 900 kilograms of him holding this fucking thing. Of it like this while these trapeze.
Why does he
women
need
were on the
weapons?
back.
He himself is a weapon. He's a living
There's
weapon.
also a circus trick that he did with bowling balls where he'd roll it around like on his arms and stuff and like throw them in the air.
Him in his chest.
And these bowling balls were.
Can he still do it?
About
You told
20
me he
pounds.
could still do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This man isn't real. That's a biological weapon.
That Jimmy might know of, but like,
Hmm.
you know how the trapeze is set up like
Oh, I know this one.
the trapeze on the side? He would hold that on his head, the whole thing on his head, like the whole trapeze set on his forehead like this.
While people would do tricks on it.
While my mom and aunt went up there and did trapeze. And everything relied on him balancing that on his head. And all that's on YouTube.
It's on his YouTube channel. For those curious that are listening to this, we're linking his YouTube channel.
I wouldn't be mad if you left this channel right now. If you left this episode just to watch all
Just
those.
to watch that. Hey, I'm gonna need that link right now.
I'm gonna need
Like,
that. I'm gonna.
I'll drop the
I'm gonna need
link.
that link right now.
I'll drop the link in chat. Oh wait, I can't.
I've never
Just send it on
heard.
Telegram.
Oh yeah. I got
I've
it.
never heard such a strong person as strong as
Yeah.
Ryan's father.
Let me go to the YouTube channel.
I have never
Slava
been
Yulianov.
more intimidated by a person I haven't even seen.
He has
He's
30
also got,
subscribers.
like the bicep, and it's the same size as my head.
Yes, I can confirm. I've seen it.
Like flexing, yeah, that's the same size as my head.
Yeah. Let me just. How do I?
Oh my god. I'm terrified. I'm literally shaking to my core.
Let me just. I'll send
I'm-
it to Jasmine, and I'll send
I'm
it
scared.
to.
I'm flabbergasted from this information.
One of the jolliest men I've ever met. Can I just say that? Like,
Oh, snap.
yes, he's
He's a
very
jolly
he's
person.
very social, right?
They say the page isn't available.
What? Why? I literally sent the URL. I don't see why it's not
That is-
available.
Interesting.
Oh, I can see it.
You can
I
see
can-
it. It's
yeah, I
it's working for you.
Yeah.
If you
it's-
scroll down near his very first video, as you can see, it says 900 kilograms, and you can see in the thumbnail.
God.
Yeah. So, Imara, since you can't find it, I'll type in the channel name.
Okay.
And then just put that into YouTube. And if you find a channel with 30 subscribers, that's,
He's straight throwing knives.
yes.
This is the most raw man I've ever.
Now, Job, if you go and check his fourth video, you'll see it has 161,000 views.
Yup. Oh my god.
He doesn't know how that happened. He just said it just randomly just had that many.
That is insane.
All of our listeners, go subscribe to his channel.
I beg you. That is.
He has
Yeah,
30
this
subscribers
is-
right now. We need him to have even more, right? He must have even more.
That is a strong man. That is just a strong man.
Let me just hold on. Let me
I can't even fathom it. Jesus.
I will send to both of you the link of the nail bending video.
You know what? I'm just out of words. I don't know what. I don't know. I can't follow up on that.
Yeah, I don't even know how to continue this podcast after that.
Straight up. Ryan, do you have any stories of your father? Just any more stories?
There's a few photos. When I was younger, right? Basically what he'd like to do for photos. I have to back this up. He's got big hands. And there's like
Oh yeah.
5, how old was I? Maybe 3, 4 years old. He'd balance me on his one hand. And he could still do it, considering how big I am. I did it yesterday, because he's like, I bet I could still balance you on my one hand. And he did it, and I'm concerned.
Um,
Oh my god.
yeah.
I'm utterly shaken to my core that there could be a man this powerful on this earth.
Yeah.
I don't think this should be. I don't think the strength should be given to mortals. I don't think your dad's a human.
He's the definition of Russian.
His calves, like, I've seen his calves. It looks like if you like took like a watermelon and put it in a pillowcase and like held it out at the ends of the pillowcase, and that's what his calves look like.
Why were you looking at his cat?
I just saw them, dude. I just saw they were just out
If
there.
they're like watermelons in a pillowcase, I don't think you can look away from that.
Bro,
Like-
they were looking at him.
For real? I think if you stab this man,
It
he
looked
would-
like a plate of
he would
armor. Like,
absolute bend.
you know how like knights wear like greaves on their legs? That's what it looked like, just a sheathing. Like,
I think, yeah, if you tried to stab this man with any blade, it would bend. I don't. That's.
my dad's feats of strength pale in comparison to this man.
I'm astonished. That is a terrifyingly strong man.
He also knows how to play the guitar.
Oh,
Yes.
how nice. How nice.
There's the lighter side of him.
While
Yes.
he crushes a village, he's shredded.
And then also, can I just say, I was apparently told by Ryan that if I had short hair, I would look like him. Not physically. I need to assure our listeners. Physically,
You both dressed the same whenever you were younger. Like I saw photos of him when he was younger. It's like the style of the hair was like similar, and it kind of freaked me out. But he
But
knows
my-
how to play a lot of instruments for some reason.
but my body is not similar to his. I would just like to say.
He knows how to play the electric guitar, the acoustic guitar, the accordion, the piano.
That is.
Bro, I watched the part where he was throwing the bowling ball
Yeah,
on himself.
it's terrifying. And
That
catching
is-
it
that's-
in his shoulder blades.
That's
A
not
living
that's
weapon.
not real. Not like him doing that. That's obviously real. He can't be.
Not
That's not-
mortal. Not
he's
a
not
mortal
mortal.
man.
Parents
A
met.
literal.
I don't think you can kill him.
You know what? I think.
If I ever fuck up in the relationship, I'm just done. They'll never
think
find
the
my
So-
body.
I think the Soviet missile crisis was caused by this man.
Just chucking the missiles.
I think
Jimmy-
the Soviets didn't have the technology to launch the missiles. He was throwing them.
Jimmy, if you ever like
Yeah.
break up with Lutnya or hurt her, he's not gonna ask for that knife back.
He'll just take it.
He's gonna take it along with your
I
soul.
can literally imagine him just grabbing your head, and just crushing it.
His hand will just burst through your window.
You know what I noticed
What?
is that you know how Ryan the sick Ryan,
Tread carefully. Ryan before he got sick.
Who's your next
Ryan
one?
Ryan
Sarah?
before he got sick.
Yeah. Okay.
You know how he said that my dad gave him a Mando figure? It's kind of similar to his dad.
You know, passing down
With the
what-
Russian knife, but with the Mandalorian figure. Figure.
I still can't, like, so fucking big.
That's straight up illegal in this country. I don't know.
I don't think it's legal. Like, I'm gonna
How
be
did he
honest.
get that through airport security?
Look at the decoration.
I think, you know what? If I saw a man like that with that knife, I would let him go. I would let him through.
I would let him pipe.
What?
What? Hold on. Wait just a minute. Can you, like...
Okay, we're ignoring that.
We're moving back.
gonna
We're
move
moving on.
past that.
Let's just
Okay,
not...
okay.
No, but it's the way that your sister had said something about my dad that he sound. What is it?
That he sounded hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about my
Oh.
sister and the fact that she's a
That's
disgrace.
that's awful.
Dilf alert.
Please.
Oh, but stop, right?
Please.
That man could crush your head
Some
in his...
decency.
Okay, Jasmine, have you ever seen those videos where the guys, like, put, like, the fruit and then just do that? He could do that to your head, all right? I don't think...
What if I'm into that?
My dad's done that.
That's
before.
enough
Doesn't
out of you.
please.
Your dad's done
A
that
married
before?
man.
Got an apple between his bicep and just did it.
And you just,
Even
like,
at the
crushed
same
it?
time, at the same time.
Yeah, Job, you've never seen people, like, put or not cans, but, like, pieces of fruit, like, here, and they just fucking... until the thing just
He
breaks.
put one on each arm and then he just
How does a person get that strong? I don't. Do they just? Are they just born
He's been
strong?
going to the gym for a good 40.
He actually came out of the womb with rippling muscles.
Like it was
tore through
painful
the
for
roof.
his mother to come
He
out.
forced himself out of.
He actually clawed
Brian's
his way
grandma.
out, just you know.
You know.
He
I will-
forced himself.
He
I
sounds
think-
a lot like my own grandfather, actually, if I'm being honest, and what I've heard about my grandfather.
You know what? I think if you're that strong, like as a human on Earth, you can get away with literally anything. You could just kill a man on the streets, and no one can do anything about it because they're like, you know, what are we gonna do? You know,
Like-
shoot him? I don't. He'll deflect. I don't know.
He is a lot like my own grandfather, and the stories that I've heard from my father about what he was like.
Oh my god.
Like lifting up engines out of cars. Like my dad told me a story of him and his brother were working on the car, and his dad got upset, and his dad just fucking lifted the engine out of the car and carried
Engine
it
out of the car.
Yeah. And he built his own house. Like he just fucking built it. And he was just big,
God.
man. Like, okay, so you guys know those carnival games? Like the ones where you swing the hammer down and hit the thing and bing, you know the ones I'm
Yeah.
talking about? So apparently, my dad and his family went to a fair of some kind. And there were all of these people there, you know, trying their luck, you know, like the college football players, you know, thinking they're all that, just hitting the thing. He apparently one-handed grabs a 20-pound sledgehammer and one-handed swings it onto the thing, and it fucking shoots straight to the top. Terrifying individual from what I've heard.
Why you got some straight monsters? Like
Like,
that's
dude,
not
like,
human.
like on my side of the family and Ryan's, like when like the genetics like mingle.
Dude, when those like, oh my god, I cannot. How tall is Ryan's dad, by the way? I want to.
Oh, like 6'4".
Ooh.
That is a terrifying individual.
That reminds me of the time we went to the state fair, and there was like that same thing, whatever, with the bell thing.
Mhm.
It reminds me of the time he got the hammer with one hand, because I was like, you should do that, Dad. And he was like, well, I guess I'll try. And he grabs it with one hand, swings it, and it just goes shooting up to the top, and it's 100.
Oh my god. Don't.
History is repeating itself.
Hey, if your child ever wants to go to a gym, don't let them. That will be.
They'll get,
That's gonna be like putting a gorilla in a gym.
dude, they'll get
That's
too
what I'm
big.
Like gorillas are just naturally like super buff and strong, but if you taught them how to lift weights, imagine how much stronger they could be.
Oh my
Imagine.
god. I've discussed this with people. Like, if you could get chimpanzees on like a weightlifting program, like what you might have at your disposal.
Dude.
That is terrifying. I cannot. Oh my
Like
god.
it.
I don't think it should be legal to be that strong. He can just straight up destroy our nation.
Our podcast listeners are probably like, "What the fuck is this episode?" Like we crossed a point at episode 6, then 7 is just like knives, nail bending, like.
You know what? This was gonna be like the episode where we like roast Jimmy and have a fun time. I'm just flabbergasted now. I don't.
I am in pure awe. Jasmine,
Like.
let's mute Jasmine.
I think she's getting beat or something.
Okay, there we go. But yeah, the genetics that would like meet, it'd be terrifying.
You know, at this point, I'm afraid if like you and Ryan do.
Yeah, if it don't work out, you're dead. I'm straight up saying it. You're
Yeah, you're
dead.
gone. Gone.
You better hope, dude. You literally better hope.
I will say, the only reason I think Ben lived is that he never met Ryan's parents.
Oh my god, I cannot.
But he didn't get the knife.
That's true. That's true. He did not get the knife.
Bruh.
I am
Ben
jealous of
is
that.
literally so. Never
Hey,
mind.
hey, we have a podcast right now.
Sorry.
This isn't personal
Sorry.
time.
What I will say, Ryan's ex before Ben, I've never seen him.
Mhm.
And he had to give the knife back. So I can only assume what that might mean.
Bro, imagine, I feel like he did it for the shame. Like, I can only imagine the shame of owning the knife and then having to hand it back.
If I got that cool ass knife and I had to give it back, I would be in tears. I'd be in
I would be crying handing it back to him, honestly.
That is such a cool knife.
I would be
he's
devastated.
got
That's a knife from like
bigger
Skyrim.
ones.
That is a knife from
Dude,
a
he
fantasy
has
realm.
hatchets
That is so sick.
that he throws.
The dog tried attacking you? Yeah, he started growling at me.
Bro, I don't. You literally like pick up your dog and start throwing it across your rooms.
No, I mean he likes it.
What the? Ethan looking head ass. Wait, Joe, didn't Ethan like kick his dog one time?
No. He one time. I shouldn't be laughing, but our guest Ethan on the past podcast. Well, it might be out. I don't know but he one time his dog was laying down and he kicked his dog, to wake it up because not like a hard kick, just
The dog flew. It got altitude.
Bro, it didn't. He didn't kick it.
Someone
he just, like,
call
tapped it
the
with his foot.
police.
He didn't.
Someone call animal control for Ethan.
He tapped the dog with his foot, and he was like, "Oh my God, he's dead. That dog is dead." and it was.
What the fuck?
It was dead. His dog.
I haven't heard this part of the story.
He kicked it. It wouldn't wake up. He picked it up and he was like licking him, and then it died in his arms.
What?
Oh my god.
If I remember correctly, I think it.
Dude, it had like appendicitis, and he kicked it and ruptured that thing, and that's why it died.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember, this was like maybe a year ago or so, but I think he picked up his dog and it died.
If you guys have ever seen Kill Bill, like the 5 pressure point exploding heart technique,
yeah.
Ethan did that with his foot on the dog and then picked it up, and it was just gone.
I should not be laughing, but
that's just, I didn't know about that. I thought he just like kicked the dog.
I should have talked about that on his episode. Maybe he can confirm or deny, but from what I remember, he just one day picked up it was a very old dog. It was a very, very old dog. He picked up his old dog and it was dead.
So I will say, actually, I don't know if I should say that. Nah, I won't say it.
Okay.
It has another to do with a friend of ours that we all know and his dog dying. None of you know. I feel like none of you still text him, so you don't know.
Put it in the chat.
Okay.
Let me type this out.
You know what? We have like, I think 15 minutes left on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm just baffled. I'm straight out of words. I don't know what to say. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. How unfortunate.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. As soon as I got that message, my dad started saying yes.
Yes! Yes!
I think that's a very unfortunate timing.
So we also in our house got a new cat, right? Recently.
I love cats.
Dude, I'm a cat guy, right? Like dogs.
I would say I'm a cat dude, a cat enthusiast.
I'm a cat fella,
connoisseur, if you
a
will.
feline fella, you know. Like the Aristocats, that was me. All of them, every member, especially the one on bass. Doom, 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 doom. Cat, what do you? Okay, one of my cats wants to be let out of the room. Go. Don't you meow at me.
I think I'm like, I'm very allergic to cats.
So is Amara. And she hates them.
I went to your house before. And I was petting your
they
cat.
kept getting near you.
I was in tears because, dude, straight up, cats love me. I love cats. Cats love me. I think I'm a friendly enough person that like animals just come near me. But like, dude, I'm so sad.
So,
I cannot believe I'm allergic to cats.
Actually,
I think it's a curse.
I have a funny story concerning Ryan that Ryan told me. That has to do with pets. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
So
Continue.
Me.
Ryan has a pet rabbit, right? That he shows off at the state fair. Now, I was looking through, because there's all these things you have to know about them. I'm assuming you know where I'm going with this, Ryan. So I scroll back and I see nutrition facts of how to properly cook rabbit that you have to know and memorize before you can show your rabbit off at the state fair. Why? I don't know, but rabbit has more protein grams per pound than beef.
Oh, you saying we should start eating rabbits now?
They're
I
going through
mean-
the whole cycle. 2 years ago, it was
Hey.
about baby rabbits. Shut up.
Yeah,
Ryan!
shut up, COVID bitch.
It's about how to care for rabbits, and this year is how to cook them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bro, to be fair, rabbit ain't bad. Rabbit's
Honestly,
pretty.
I've never had rabbits before, but they look scrumptious. man.
Rabbit's pretty good.
That
I,
was-
don't, I would eat a rabbit. I would
Like-
eat a rabbit again.
Now, I will say, I was confused as to why you needed to know how to properly cook rabbit for the state fair, which has nothing to do with cooking the animals and all about caring for them. But I guess when they finally reach, I guess just in case, you know.
Fix up the rabbit, they know.
Fellas.
But so one of our cats that's older than I am, he's 17 and a half.
Oh my god. How's that cat
Jesus
breathing?
Christ.
Dude, they
That's an
said,
elder.
now I think they're lying to us, but the vet told us recently that health-wise, he's doing as good as a 13 or 14-year-old cat.
There is no way.
Which is the equivalent of saying, man, this 100-year-old man has the same blood pressure as a 90-year-old man. It means practically nothing because all of those are old ages for cats.
Why is that cat so old? What are you eating?
Dude,
it?
What'd you give him, bro?
Bro, his back legs are so weak. Like it's
Jesus.
so sad because when he was younger, right? We have like an 8-foot fence in our backyard. He could scale that in like 2 jumps, right? And now his back legs are so weak that he like stumbles when he walks. And if I pick him up, his like limbs will just go limp, and he won't like fight back at all. He'll just like let it happen to
The
him.
way
'cause
that
he's-
he walks, you know those people that walk on stilts and like they fall around? That's how.
Dude, the best way I could describe the way he walks. Have you ever like seen like a drunk person
Mhm.
when they're like unsure of their footing and they're like stumbling? That's what he walks like.
Oh man, what a poor kitty.
And we think
Bro, you should put him on wheels. He'd be zooming.
Yo,
Wait, do they make cat wheelchairs?
I hope so.
At wheelchairs.
Mm,
That'd be
that's-
sick. You just like, oh, you know what? You should just tape some Hot Wheels like on his feet.
Like roller skates.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what? That'd be cool, dude. I adore your cats. They're just some big fellas.
I
Like,
do
They
like your
make
cats.
cat
They're
wheelchairs.
large.
I like the fat one.
dude, socks. Okay, I have some story about socks. So we
They
got
make
this.
cat wheelchairs.
Yeah. Yo, I need to look
They
at some
make
of those.
those. They're $259.
Ooh, he's not gonna live long enough for that to be worth it. So we got this scratching post.
Bro, watch him live like 6 more years.
Dude, we've been saying he's gonna die next year for like 5 years now, and he keeps like doing it.
He just
So-
keeps rolling.
So I don't want to jinx it by saying he's gonna live, but like so there's like a bone. It's like bone shaped. It's like a scratching post, right? But it's like horizontal, and you lay it on the ground. We have a really fat cat named Socks because she has white feet. She'll lay on it, right? But because of how monstrously fat she is, right? Part of her like weight will like hang off the side, and I've seen her fall off it several times because she's just hanging over the side by like this
Lord.
much and just tumbles off the side. If I am holding her upside down on my bed, she has to like work to like roll over. It's
Oh, is it like that scene in Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory where
where they
like,
roll the
girl-
blueberry.
Yeah, and the girl was inflated and turned into a blueberry.
It's kind of like that, yeah. It's all of our cats are just like we have the one cat that rapes the youngest one. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, you guys.
Oh wait, you told me about this
Yeah.
one.
So Job, you know Bob.
Crime.
You know Bob, right? Who's my cat? You know how we also have, she's not a kitten anymore, but when we got her, she was like the tiny kitten that has like the same coloring. He'll try and rape her. And he used to do it a lot more, but now that she's like older, she can like get away from him. But like we always can tell when he's gonna do it, because the way he does it is he like will bite the back of her neck and like hold her down.
Oh my god, dude, that's a
Jesus, why are you allowing this?
We don't allow it. We stop him.
You gotta put him on the sex offender registry, bro.
Literally, register
Like-
that cat, bro.
Like it is like we don't know like even why. Like does he not know he doesn't have balls? Like is he just not aware of that because he's like neutered?
Oh my god.
Does
Dude,
he just
his presence is too strong. You cut
Dude,
off.
if he wasn't like neutered, imagine how high his sex drive would be as a cat. If he
Horniness.
wasn't neutered.
That's a menace. That cat is a menace to
And
society.
dude, butt flap, respectable, right? He's really old. He's just as horny, but he'll just hump the cat bed instead.
You know what? That's better.
respect. Sometimes you gotta do what you
not
gotta
raping.
do. And he's not raping anybody, so it's fine.
God, your male cats are down. They're down horrendous, bro.
It's
There was something wrong with each and every single one of those cats.
doing something.
Those cats are awful.
Everyone got a mental illness.
God, that
Like
is-
it's
you know what? I was gonna say, oh, I met that cat. I kind of like him, but oh my
yeah,
god,
it's,
that is
he's
he's a monster.
He's the
He's a
same one that-
menace.
He wakes me up at 4 a.m. and because he wants attention, right? And he can open our doors. Like he can open the doors by jumping and pulling down on the handle
A
as he's
literal
falling.
born rapist. What? Oh my
Like his infiltration skill is like too high. The only door in our house he can't open is my door, which sucks because if he sleeps in my room, he'll wake me up at 4 a.m. to open the door and let him out. And the way he wakes me up is he'll bite my hair and my scalp because he knows I'll get up, right? And if I cover up my head with like the blanket, he'll paw at it until I uncover it.
Dude, that cat was like a rapist or a sex offender in the past
Bro,
life.
you literally got Ted Bundy as a cat.
Like,
Oh my
like
God.
I literally like I don't know why he is the way he. When he was a kitten, he was like the sweetest kitten you've ever seen, and then he changed.
Oh my god.
We
Definitely
think-
not a sweet cat.
We think it's like a dominance thing because he's like the dominant cat in the house.
That alpha cat.
Because there's like the only two cats older than him are Socks, who's too fat, and Buttflap, who's too old. So he's like the dominant one. So we think that's why he does it, right? Like he'll eat the other's food. He'll leave his food bowl and go over and push them away from their food bowls to eat their food when he's not done with his yet.
A
'Cause
menace.
he just wants their fucking food.
A menace.
He is so like he's
Now hear me out on this, right? One day, you just put the cat down.
I mean
For everything that he's done, it would make. I see you.
Dude, that, you know what? I don't.
Legally?
You know
I-
what? I wouldn't say I support the death penalty, but that cat deserves capital punishment.
Your cat is definitely the exception.
but he's cute though.
That is true. He is kind of
Cat all the
cute.
time.
I'll say it.
Now I will say
Monster, but he's kind of cute.
he does give people looks, right, a lot of the time. Like he's the most dog-like cat I've ever seen. Where like most of our cats will like run if there's like a new person, but he'll just go right up to them. Like he has no fear. I've yet to see him be afraid of like anything.
You know what? I thought what you meant by your cat gives like people looks. I thought you were gonna say your cat was also racist. And I was gonna be like, yo, dude,
my cat hates certain ethnic groups.
that cat is
Why do you think he
is
attacks
problematic.
Buttflap so much?
Why do you think he attacks Buffalo? The one with black fur.
That cat is racist, dude. That cat, your
Yo, I straight up have a Trump supporter for a cat. I don't know how this happened.
he is problematic. What the? Oh my god.
Jasmine, what are you doing?
I love how she's doing all this while the beard filter is still active.
Jasmine's just weird today.
John Lennon? Jasmine looks like John Lennon.
Jasmine looks like the man that would impersonate John Lennon.
She's gonna share the same fate too.
Jasmine looked like the man that. Jasmine looks like the man that shot John Lennon.
Jasmine looks like John Lennon right now.
Jasmine looks
Dead.
like John Lennon and also
Gee
the guy
shit
who-
again.
Jasmine looks like a pimp that would like beat her fucking prostitutes.
You know what? I think we're out of time. It's running, I think, almost an hour. It's keeping track. So
Yeah.
let's end it here today. Let's recap what we talked about.
Uh-huh.
Ryan got sick, but now has a really cool and strong Russian dad. And Jimmy has a rapist for a cat. So
and Ryan's dad will murder me if I like. Yeah.
And Jimmy better be listening to the cast soon.
for real, you better be watching these episodes.
Okay.
Watch out, or we'll tell Ryan's dad.
No shit.
Watch out, or we're gonna report your cat to the police.
Why don't we get Ryan's dad on?
Or
Dude,
we'll just
We know
register
what's
your
going on.
cat.
Dude, you're gonna get my cat impounded, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, I would honestly love to get Ryan's dad on the podcast. That would be.
I would be way too afraid.
I'd be terrified.
Would-
I'd
I
be,
would
such
be,
a nice
I would be
guy.
shitting my pants.
And everything too.
He's such a friendly guy.
I'd be shaking in my room. Like we could be doing like a Zoom, and I'd be still terrified.
Like
I
he's such
feel
a
like
friendly
he's
guy.
Reach into the camera and like grab my entire
I-
face.
I have never once felt threatened around that man. He is very friendly.
I think you'd have to train that if you're that strong. You'd have to like work on being not intimidating. Because if I just saw a 6'4", like just destructive force of a man,
Like
I would
the
run
part
away.
about the
I
part
would-
about
I would-
him that's scariest is he gets like animated when he talks, right? So like he gets animated, right? So you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude,
Like one time he was talking about like how he was like bending like the nail, and he like grabs my hand and like points to my fingers, and he's like, this is life, because he's talking about how like even when he like bends the nails it hurts. So he's like, he grabs it, he's like, this is life, and I'm like, oh.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, check out Ryan's dad.
Link is in the
YouTube
description.
channel.
Please
Yeah.
subscribe.
Link
to
in the
him.
description.
He's forcing us to put the link in the description. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's get this man to more subscribers.
Make
And
sure-
also subscribe to this podcast as well and share with your friends, or else Ryan's dad will bend you like a nail.
Dude, we're gonna report you to Ryan's dad.
We'll report you to Ryan's dad and we'll leave you in a room with Jimmy's cat. Okay. that's awful.
I'll send my cat to rape your
No,
animals.
don't say that.
No, don't say that.
Dude,
Don't
dude,
say
you got a
that.
female cat? That's unfortunate, man.
Oh my
You better
God.
subscribe.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye. Mwah.
Stop doing that. Okay, stop the recording.